So today I'm going to talk a little bit about Facebook statuses and how some people make it a big deal about changing their Facebook status to in a relationship or single or complicated. Yeah, for some people it's a big deal. For others, not so much. So today's story is going to be about Ava and Jordan. They've been together for 3 years. So 3 years of taking trips together and going on dates and cuddling at night and having coffee together. You know, he would look for recipes and she would scroll on her Facebook. So they never really felt like they needed to broadcast every moment. Sure, there were pictures here and there, but it wasn't a great big, oh, here we are type of situation. But they were both committed, or so Ava believed. So Ava said one night they were just hanging out, watching TV. He was watching some documentary and she was scrolling on her phone, on Facebook. And she didn't make it a habit of going to his profile, but she just thought, you know what? I'm gonna hop on over to his profile and take a peek. Well, she noticed that his relationship status was single. And so she swiped down to refresh the page because she couldn't believe after 3 years it still said single. So very casually, she looked over at Jordan and she said, Jordan, your Facebook status still says single. What's up with that? That's a legitimate question, I think, after 3 years. That's a legitimate question as far as I'm concerned after dating a year. So Jordan glanced over at her, a little confused at first. I mean, after 3 years, she's just now looking at his relationship status, and he just casually shrugs his shoulders and said, yeah, I guess I never changed it. So of course she looks at him and says, in 3 years, you've never thought to update your status in 3 years? So of course he gives her the old, it's only Facebook. It doesn't mean anything. We barely post anyway, he says. Wow, how many women have heard that? So she looks at him and she says, well, you know what, Jordan, it means something to me. It means you're fine with letting the world think that you're single. Like, I'm not worth a 3-second change. So of course he does the old rubbing the back of his neck thing, what guys do when they're uncomfortable. And he says, well, I didn't think about changing it. He said, changing it sort of feels public. It feels, what we have is no one's business. He said, like, everybody would get that notification. My mom would blow my phone up, everyone. It was just easier to leave it, he says. So she looks at him and she says, yeah, maybe easier for you, but not for me. It makes me feel invisible, like you're not all in. You're not that committed. So of course he gives her the old, I'm all in. I don't need a Facebook status to prove it. You should know that. We've been together for 3 years. You're it for me. So she looked at him and said, okay then, prove it. Pick up your phone and change your status. So Jordan picks up his phone. She watched him open the app, hover over the change of status button, and he quickly put his phone down without changing the status. So he gives her the old, I can't. It's not because I don't love you, but because it feels like I'm performing, like I have to do it. I don't want to do it because I have to do it. Like, I feel like I'm doing it because it's something that's just gonna make you happy and not because I want to. And that just sort of doesn't feel right, he said. So Ava said the silence stretched and stretched and stretched and stretched, and she finally got up from the sofa and she went in the bedroom and grabbed a suitcase and started packing her stuff. And so Jordan followed her and told her she was overreacting, and she said, no, If you can't even change your relationship status on Facebook, then we're obviously not on the same page. We're not as committed. If something as small as this feels like a big commitment to you, then wow, what is a big commitment really going to feel like? So Ava finishes packing her bag, and Jordan keeps telling her he'll change it by morning, he'll change it by morning, he'll change it by morning. The next morning, Ava gets up, grabs her bag, leaves the key that he had given her on the counter, and says, I love us, but I can't be the only one who fully knows that. So do you think Jordan stopped her? Do you think Jordan changed his Facebook status? So tell me, what would you have done? How important is a Facebook status to you? Do you think when you've dated someone for more than a year and their status still says single and they never post a picture of you online, that means that they're not fully invested, they're not fully committed? Look, this is how I see it. This is my opinion. And please, feel free to leave your comments, give me your thoughts. I mean, I love different perspectives, but this is my perspective. If you've dated someone for a year and they still don't feel comfortable enough to post a picture of you every now and again on their Facebook page, or to update their status as in a relationship, I mean, if you choose to keep dealing with them, that's fine. But if I were you, I would deal with them in a totally different way. I'm a giver. My love language is gifting. I love to gift. I love loving my person. But if I'm dealing with someone and after a year, after 2 years, you don't show me that you're as fully committed, trust and believe I'm going to move very differently with you. You have now put yourself in a box, and it's not a long-term box. It's a very disposable box. Anyway, give me your thoughts. I mean, what do you think? Guys, gals, is the Facebook status important? I mean, it is a digital world. We do live vicariously through our Facebooks.